Hi Judy, I thought that I'd make a video for you because it's a lot easier than typing 27 paragraphs and having you to have to check it out. So seeing it's just a lot easier. So first off, you asked, do I think that she's legitimately scared or is playing games? It could be either one. I'm guessing she probably is actually scared of it. So what I do with all my babies first is before I ever halter them, I make sure that they can lead from their neck. And I use a little bit of a butt rope too. So I got this lunge line out. What I would do is, if you could, make sure that you can just rub over her body. Hey, hold on a second, Garrett. Rub over her body, make sure that she's not scared, because it sounds like she's okay with this stuff back here, just kind of worried about the head. So make sure you can rub around here. If you can, great. Just put the halter or the lead rope around her neck and just kind of pull it through if you have like a little clasp or anything like that. Pull it all the way through. And what I'm looking for is to teach her to be able to give to pressure off of that neck rope just a little bit, so you can just kind of pull, and if she comes forward, just release that pressure a little bit. If you're pulling and she's fighting it a little bit, just try to hold with real light pressure. Don't pull too hard or she may get scared and run backwards, fall over, something like that. So just hold with really, really light pressure. She comes off and just drop that pressure. Rub, rub, rub. Lots of rubbing just to show her that you're active. Never approach her like I'm gonna put something on, make sure you're just like, this is just fine, everything's good. The more animated you can be, the kind of less worried they get. If you could do that, just simple stuff, what I like to do at that point is then I like to throw a little butt rope around them. Don't let it go lower than their hocks, or it might kind of squish them below there. So what I like to do, here, let me just move her forward a little bit. At that point is I like to teach them to come forward off of this and to guide off of this. So I'll apply a little forward pressure like this. There, as soon as they come forward, I'll release my hand down. So pull up and forward. If that doesn't work, cluck, 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 just hold it till they come forward. Release the pressure when they're coming, so they understand that they get that release when they're coming forward. So hold that forward, get them to take that step, and if you need to guide them after that, you can pull them on this as well. So you're kind of teaching them to guide around and everything off of the neck and off of that butt rope. Just turn them in towards you, keep them going around a little bit. You can also push them away from you, just like this. Good girl, pull her back towards you. Good girl.
Sorry, we have a roadblock. We have a roadblock.
He doesn't like the spotlight taken from him. At that point, I would suggest spend a few days on this. It doesn't have to all be done in a day. But at that point, when you can lead her around a little bit, what that'll do is just get her confident to give to pressure. What you really want her to understand is there's always a way out of it. What she seems to think is that gets around her face and stuff, and the only way out is to run away. Show her there's a constructive way to get away from pressure. She just needs to figure it out. At that point, what I would love to see you do is lots of rubbing up here, and then switching to rubbing over her face. If she starts to have her head up in the air, get worried, keep on rubbing. Rub, rub, rub until she relaxes a little bit, and then go back and rub the neck. So what you're telling her is that here's a spot where she feels comfortable. Here's a spot where she doesn't feel comfortable. So you'll be at a comfortable spot, everything's good, but then you're going to approach up here into that uncomfortable spot, and you're not going to leave that area until she relaxes, and then as soon as she relaxes, that's the way to get out of the pressure, you go back to where she's comfortable. So she'll learn through repetition that every time she's uncomfortable, if she just relaxes, then that whatever was causing her to become uncomfortable goes away. So lots and lots of doing that. After she gets good with just your hands, then you can start rubbing her with the rope a little bit. You'll rub, 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 release it back here. Rub, 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 release it back here until she gets comfortable. You can move it all around her and things like that. Once she's good at that, then I would suggest doing the same thing just with your halter. And don't be too quick with this either. You don't have to put the halter on in 1 day or 5 minutes or whatever. If it takes a few days, that's perfectly fine. But I would suggest taking that halter and kind of rubbing her all around like this with it up here, rub her up around the head, retreat. And again, if she goes and puts her head in the air, just try to stick with her really light, rub, 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 and then take it away as she gets more comfortable. And eventually you're going to be able to take it up under here, and this is probably going to scare her. She's going to see this under her nose and think, oh, they're trying to catch me, and she's going to get worried about it. So if you put it under her nose and don't even touch her, but she starts to raise her head, hold it at that same distance. So if you put it a foot away from her and she's not scared, but 6 inches and she is scared, hold it at 6 inches. If her head moves up and down, move with it. Just keep it at 6 inches until she relaxes a little bit, and then come back here and rub. Again, teaching her, relaxing is the answer that we're looking for. So keep it here, come back here and rub. Keep it here, and then after she's comfortable and doesn't raise her head, then go to 4 inches. And then do the same thing, approach and retreat, approach and retreat. And then eventually you'll be able to get it on like this, and then you'll just kind of keep it there, rub her a little bit, and then retreat again. Put it on, rub her a little bit. See how her head went up? I would just wait until it went down a little bit, and then as soon as it does, like right there, just take that away. And then on, and then eventually you'll be able to kind of do this. Just play with it a little bit, but if any one thing causes her to be uncomfortable, keep doing that one thing, just very, very lightly, until she shows you that she's relaxed, and then immediately take it away. The last thing that you want to do is show her that if she's uncomfortable, you're going to go further and apply more pressure and get her to be worried about that. So everything we do, we're trying to raise her confidence, let her know that we're not out to hurt her, everything's going to be okay. So that, I think, is going to help you a lot. Thanks, Lightning. Because I do think that she could be worried about that. So when horses are worried about it, you just want to stay very quiet, very light, but at the same time, don't sneak. You know, if you're going, it's okay, don't worry, she's going to look at you like, okay, I'm out. Just go up, hey, everything's good, let's scratch you with this, and let's be busy about it, but don't have too much pressure to where you're pushing her away or you might be scaring her. So give those things a try a little bit. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't, we'll kind of brainstorm and figure something else out that might. All right, good luck.